What is going on, guys? We are back with your boy Arrows with AOV Gaming. So my last profile for Manor did end up corrupting after that last video I recorded for you guys. So this is going to be a beginning tips and tricks for the trade export economic to help build your regional wealth. So as you already could see in the beginning of this game, I already started up building my logging camp and my woodcutters, and I already have my forger hut and my hunting camp. Just like the last video for regular beginning tips and tricks, those are very vital and important to do, and making sure that you avoid your wild animals and berry deposit. So that's why my logger and logging and woodcutter is down here. Now, I did get a availability for 11 times wood, which is really good, like I mentioned in one of my videos prior. But now for the trade economics, we already have our first, available point. So you're going to want to come in here and you want to go to trade logistics. This is going to allow you to be able to trade, and create trade routes for 50% less of what they're actually cost, which is going to be vital. Now, yes, I only have one person right now that's unassigned to be able to upgrade housing and stuff, but what you don't, or one thing that you can do is I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses or burger plots already. So I'm already pretty much matching what I need in order to have more people move in. And I've already built a marketplace here, and this is going to be our marketplace area here. So yes, depending on the way that you're playing this game, it does determine whether or not how big of a marketplace you need and how much more times that you're going to need to expand it. So in my previous videos, you've seen that I did a 3x3 or 1x3 for 2 of my marketplaces, and I ended up having to expand it bigger in order to upgrade my burger plus to level 2. This is going to kind of help mitigate that a little bit. That way we don't have to get out there and too early and be able to expand earlier. We could just sit here and have it all in a local point area. So I'm going to go ahead and build the last burger plot that I'm going to need, and then I'm going to go ahead and build my trading post. As you guys already know, you go into your residential, and then you go in here and you build your burger plot. And then just like with the other videos that I told you guys and I've made you guys, you always want to make sure you have these extra building slots in it. That's going to be very vital for the trade economic aspect of this. Now, the first couple houses I did get down, I was able to be able to put a additional housing there, which has allowed me to get to 15 quicker. But you always want to, again, keep an eye on your fuel and your food resources, especially when it comes closer to winter. Because right now, we have 4 months of fuel, and we don't want to freeze our people out. So we're going to go ahead and speed this up. And then while that's speeding up, I'm going to go ahead and you want to look for your King's Route, which, as you just seen, I had another person move in. But you want to look for your King's Road. Your King's Road is this dark road here, and this is going to be the vital aspect for your trading. A lot of these here already have the trade point, cheap goods, and import with good value to export. So you're going to come in here, and you're going to come down to your trade, you're going to go to your trading post, and you're going to slap it right there on the King's Road. Now, it doesn't have to be a high priority level right now. You can, it doesn't really matter. The main aspect that you want to look for is coming back to your burger plots as that's being put down, and you want to go down and you want to put goat shed. Now, you're wondering why goat shed? Well, because of the fact you're already making passive income off of the hides for the hunting camp, this is also going to make you passive income with hides as well, which means that later on you can also build your tannery, and with your tannery you need the tannery in order to get your clothing stall with the weaver workshop. So those are 2 vital aspects of this for this game. Now, trade logistics, once it's fully built, you can actually have multiple different variants of import and export. So as you can see, when you come into the level 1 burger plot, you have vegetable garden, chicken coop, goat shed, and you have apple orchard. Apple orchard is one of these development points. It does take, though, 3 years for it to grow and have a fraction of yield. But the good thing is you could always go into sheep breeding and come down into your go down to your farming aspect and put down a sheep farm, and this is going to allow you to breed sheep, and you're going to be able to export animals later on when it comes down to the game. So now that I have these burger plots built, and I'm still waiting for that to be built, I'm going to go ahead and finally put down my logistics, and I'm going to put my granary. I'm probably going to put my granary behind these houses just because I want to keep want to keep the availability of those houses to have where they're at. So don't mind the roads. My roads, you don't have to have roads that look vital or clean or good. Now, if you're OCD, go ahead for it, but again, it's not a important aspect of it. So now, as we've been waiting, our trading post is almost halfway built. We were able to get another unassigned personnel. So that means immediately, once my trading post is built, I can go ahead and slap a person in the trading post and start exporting my hides. Now, when you're exporting hides, you do not need to build a trading post. The trading aspect point or development point is for more when you get into wanting to import and export armor and weapons. Now, that is vital because that can help you before you get to a level 2 burger plot, and you can build the military that way. Now, again, this is the trade economic route, and there are other routes of playing this game, and it just depends on who you talk to and who you feel is the better aspect for that. But we're still waiting for the trading post to finish up, and then our granary and storehouse. Depending on how long this video is going to end up being, with those being built, I will show you more, and I'll show you how quickly you could build regional wealth. If it starts to take too long, I'll end up making a second video for this. Just kind of like how I did with the beginning one. Hopefully the profile doesn't corrupt on this one like it did on the first one. But I do appreciate you all being patient and giving the love and support that you guys have. I'm going to go ahead and export this to very high just so we have 4 unassigned, so that means now I can man my trading post, granary, and storehouse. We're trying to get the trading post in so I can go ahead and show you guys in this video. So you're going to go ahead and throw in him, go to trade, going to go to crafting material, and you're going to go to hides. You're going to go to export. Later on, once you have enough hides, you can go ahead and you can do full trade. Now, the desired surplus, you can leave this at 0 or you can leave this at 13. You do not necessarily have to keep it at either or. The desired surplus is what you want to be able to keep in order to keep exporting or importing. That way you don't run out of just hides. Kind of the same thing of like what I talked about in the previous videos, where you want to have your hunting camp at half of what you have available for the animals. All vital and very important aspects to look at. But now we're going to go ahead and hopefully we can get this guy getting more trade going. That way we can actually have him get more regional wealth. Now, with that, another aspect of trading you can do is if you come over to the trading post, again, it's the livestock trading post. This is what I was talking about when you end up getting that development point for the sheep. You can put down a sheep farm, breed them, and then you can export them and import them. Animals do tend to have a high cost to import and export, but it can also be beneficial later on down the road for your import-export trading economic aspect. Now, trade economics isn't going to be really mainly focusing on farming. There is a farming aspect of this game to where you can highly focus on farming, but it does take longer for you to farm on this game and provide food. So trading revolves around having a lot of regional wealth and being able to establish those trading posts for half the cost of what they originally are by importing and exporting food, importing and exporting hide and weapons and armor. Now, depending if you feel like this is a very valid point and very important point for you to be able to go and get these, areas into a higher, your burger plots to produce more or anything like that, then go for it. Again, like I said, you can come into trade, and then you have so many aspects. You could trade stone, planks, roof tiles, blocks. You can go to crops. So yes, you can produce or export crops, but they're only going to be for quote gold. You can do it for food. Each different things of food has different variants. So bread. This is when having a farming aspect does come into handy, is having that bread aspect. And then same with apples. But again, apples takes a while. A lot of your trade and export is going to come from your wooden parts, your linen, your iron ore, your malt, iron slabs, wax, yarn, and dyes. Now, if you really get down into it, major trades is leather and charcoal, which right now we don't have a price for it because you have to have a trade route established. Now, I could open a trade route for firewood, or I could open a trade route for clay, and some of these smaller miscellaneous things, because I do have some regional wealth. But you don't want to open up a trade route right away. You want to wait, and you want to look forward to the aspects of you building your regional wealth and providing more materials for you to be able to export. So originally, I go ahead and I do about 4 goats, or you could do 3 goats depending on how you want to do it. And then you can come in here and you could do carrots and then start building up on carrots, do 3 carrots and then do 3 eggs. All these are vital aspects because, again, they provide passive food and hide. Now, you can use that food also to help with your major food supply here. That way you don't run out. But to majorly fight that aspect is you want to look at your hunting camp and make sure that they're actually hunting. Now, you can take this person out of the food stall by coming up here, clicking on that, and my game is frozen. Alright guys, it looks like I'm going to go ahead and end the video here because the game did freeze. If you thought this video for trade economics was beneficial, please let me know, comment, like, and subscribe down below. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a second video of this uploaded because of the fact that this didn't really, work. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and again, let me know down below. Thank you so much for your guys' time.